Hi guys, welcome to a Faeria session. Hopefully you'll have seen the battle match that me and Masterless had recently. So Faeria I picked up as a free-to-play Friday game. One off, see if it was any good. We really enjoyed it, had a bit of fun. So Masterless viewed the video, thought it was great, went off, played it loads. He's rocked out all the tutorials, he's picked up loads of extra cards. So we had that little battle session, and I did well. I did alright. But I think we were lacking a little bit with some of the quality of the cards that we had. So what I'm going to do is get stuck in with some of these Faeria games, see if we can get some better cards in our deck, so that next time we can give Masterless a little surprise. Few things that he may not expect. So yeah, we're going to get into some Faeria battles, a little bit of local mission play, and see if we can unlock some nice cards. So in the first session, the free-to-play Friday session, we did a couple of these training packs. I then went off and did a couple of them on my own, just to see where the game went. So we're a few further ahead, but still we've only actually played six games, so not very much. So yeah, we're going to carry on with this, see where it goes. So one of the things that came up as I progressed through those early training sessions was it gave me the red starter and the blue starter packs. So red starter is all these sort of mountainous, volcanic, fiery sort of things, and the blue starter pack is full of water-based creatures and frogs and things like that can kind of move around the map slightly differently to what you'd expect from the green or the red. So they're quite interesting. Because I don't know what I'm coming up against though in this match, I'm just going to pick the green starter. It's what I know, it's what I love at the minute. And if we struggle, then we may have to swap it around a bit, but for now we're going to stick with this one and see what happens. So in this we're up against someone called Kalim, who apparently is aggressive. So I'm guessing he's going to be going right for us at the start. So we need to be prepared with a bit of defence. Okay, so we've pulled the Walking Fortress. Walking Fortress is an amazing card, but it costs 9. And I don't know whether we're going to be able to get 9 that soon. But I suppose we could keep it, ditch the Ancient Beastmaster, because it's going to take us a little while to get there, and see whether we get something low. Unfortunately not. That's a shame. We really could have done with one of our lower cards. You can't outrun the wind. Okay. Must have had beans or something for dinner. So my standard sort of approach with these generally is to go off to the side. So I'm going to stick with what I know to start with. I don't want to get in too close with him because I've not really got anything to do anything with yet. So next go we'll probably head off this way. But for now we're just going to go across there so we're in a position so that we can pick up some more points. I see he's very crazy attacking. Okay, so we're on 6, so that's nicer. We can actually kind of deploy some bits. The Grove Guardian we can't do because we don't have enough trees. Once again, don't have enough trees. So what we're really going to have to deploy some forest tiles, or we're going to be in trouble. We need to surround ourselves slightly, so we're going to drop one there. But this could be challenging. What is that? Oblivion Rider with charge 3. That's worrying. Cool. So we've got this Silent Warrior. So this guy we can deploy just a normal tile. We don't need any forests. We can afford him. It's probably a good move at this stage, just for a little bit of defense, as this guy's kind of really attacking. So we might just deploy him for now. There, so we're in a defensive position. We'll fire off another one of these over this way initially because we want to get close to this, and it also gives us another one of our trees, so then we could be able to deploy one of these Tiki Caretakers in the future. They're quite good for being able to boost this guy or any of the guys that we managed to deploy. I mean, if we deployed the Walking Fortress and then the 2 Tikis, that'd be amazing because that would really give him a proper kick. But yeah, I think we might struggle with Cat. Gain +0/+1 for each forest you control. We only control 2 forests at the minute, but if we deployed another one and we deployed him, that wouldn't be too bad as a starting point, because that gives him decent health. This guy can actually take out this guy, so I'm tempted to do that at the moment. And then yeah, hold it there. So this would be an ideal moment to pick up some of those farm boys. If we've got a farm boy right now, we could drop that down on Mark Faeria point, give us some extra points for the next go. That'd be ideal. Steam Forge Enforcer, good card, but we can't afford it. You know, what are we gonna do with that? Could take out this guy. It's going to do us a decent amount of damage, unfortunately. But it might be necessary. Or if we no, I can't afford to deploy him. Yeah, that's awkward. If we drop this over here, that does put us in a position where we can drop a Tiki Caretaker down on that. So that wouldn't be so bad, because if we dropped him down, we could boost that guy, take out him. Yeah, we'll do that. And yeah, then on our next go, we get those bonus points. So I think it's worthwhile. It's got some powerful cards coming up there. So the Bloom Sprite is not amazing, 1/1, but it does add a random card into our hand, which will cost less. So that's something that's worth having out there before we pick up any more big ones. We can only really deploy that one or another Tiki unless we take a Faeria point and deploy the Grove Guardian. But if we deploy the Grove Guardian, what we're going to do, deploy him there, we'll lose him straight away. So I'm thinking Bloom Sprite in there. If this guy does take him out, we're not in too bad a spot. And if we can move the Oak Father a bit further up the field, we can get into possibly a bit of an attack. We'll drop those two in there, and then maybe on our next go we can drop a forest in, and that will help us with a closer attack. Also, if we get to the point where we can deploy the Walking Fortress, that'd be nice. See, he read it a little bit there. He's deployed a couple of more defensive positions. Ouch, that was painful. Okay. Savannah Explorer is decent because it picks up +2 if you control 2 forests on its health, but that's this doesn't do us a great deal of good. We really need to do 3 damage to this guy, but we've not really got much that can do that other than this. But we obviously can't attack straight away, doesn't have haste. I'm going to continue to move him up one because we really need to be able to get in on some attack. If we attack with this guy, we get that in. The Thyrian Golem, look at that health, it's beautiful health. We do need 5 forests. Let's deploy another forest. There we go, 5 forests. We've got a good defensive guy there, fairly solid. It's a shame we don't have anything with the haste effect, and we can't really make use of that even if we could get the extra points. So can we deploy him down there? If we deployed him down there, we'd be in a stronger attacking position, so I might do that, because then on our next go we can step forwards. It gives us another 3 attacks, so we'd be in the position of, in maybe 2-3 turns we could take him out. So that's fairly solid. Yeah. Ain't no surrendering going on here, mate. King's Guard. That is a nice card. So every time he goes into combat, we actually draw a card, which is nice. thing is, if we attack this guy, we're not going to really go into much combat, but we can do that with our golem. Happy days. So the golem's taking him out. We're okay defensively now. We can move him in there. Boom, attack. Him in there and attack. I probably could have actually do the Tiki Caretaker there to give us an extra boost, but we still would have needed 2 rounds on that. I might now deploy. Oh, I can't afford him, can I? I was going to say, if I could deploy that there, that would be ideal. No, we'll wait. We're in a position for the next round where we can take him out with these, so as long as he doesn't deploy something here that's really going to screw us over, we'll be okay. So card Faeria, probably the Faeria is better at this stage, because we may need it on our next go to pick out one of these big boys if we do lose either of those. So we'll go with that. Hopefully we won't need anything though. Interesting. So just like that, we'll be able to finish it off. Simples. Wow. So yeah, that was more challenging than the earlier games that we were doing for sure. We came close there. We were down to 8, so it wasn't easy, but we did a reasonable job with what we'd got, I think. Yeah, that moves us on to the next stage. So I assume that's we completed 7 out of 8. So if we complete the next one, that will give us a nice reward, whatever that is. So yeah, let's move on and do that. The puzzle game. Okay. So what's this all about then? Win on this turn. Okay, so that's a flying card, so he doesn't need to touch the ground, I assume. So if he would give it a creature +1 and 0 life, flying and charge 2, so I'm guessing we want to deploy that for him. So you can move him in there, boom, move him in there, boom. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So we'd not really experienced the flying thing much before, so nice little introduction to those sort of characters, really. Aha, so that was number 7, this is number 8, so we're up against Kaleem. And now I know a little bit more about those flying characters. I'm guessing that might mean that they're going to introduce some. I'm going to stick with green. Bear with me. Yeah, and until we feel the need to really mix it up too much, I don't want to go too far from where we're comfortable. You play first. Falcon dives, damage. Grove Guardian needs a lot of forest, so I'm going to ditch him. And then... yeah, I'm going to ditch that one too. Yeah. Not a great deal better, but at least we've got the Silent Warrior who can... yeah, we can just kind of deploy him at almost any time, really. They say gods can't die. Let me teach you. Well, if you're a god, Kaleem, you're gonna die. Okay, so... previously quite attacking, stick my teeth back in. So we need to be able to deploy these guys out quite quickly. We can't get anyone over here to get some extra Faeria points, so at this stage I think I might just drop that down and leave it at that. Okay, not as attacking this time, a little bit more cautious. Picked up another one of these guys, useful, but not the most exciting. Once again, there's not a lot we can do. So we'll drop another guy down in there. We can actually deploy the Ancient Beastmaster, which would be good if we deploy these guys later, because it'll actually boost them a bit. So yeah, we'll drop him in. We'll leave it at that. Oh, what's that? Blimey. The Golden Aviary. All your flying creatures have +2/+0. Wow, hardcore. So this guy's got 5 damage. He's going to take out our Beastmaster pretty quick. So we probably want to deploy this guy to get that buff. Yeah, otherwise we're going to kind of miss out a bit. So we're going to deploy him. I'm not going to attack because at the minute we're kind of fairly solid in terms of our positioning. I may... Yeah, I'm going to deploy another one of those there. And we'll leave it at that. Sneaky flyers. Okay, so we've got the Queen's Assassin. So the Queen's Assassin, anyone the Queen's Assassin touches will die. But obviously he has a 1/1 life at the minute, so would be really good if we could get something to boost that. But we don't have anything in our pack. Still useful though for taking out some big hitters, so not worth wasting. Yeah, we don't really have too many more options for dropping our characters out at the minute. So thinking if we can boom round there a little bit maybe, so we could move this guy forwards, just see what happens there. That would then allow us to deploy this up here. Strengthens our position in this area of the map slightly, so that hopefully we can get in and take out this Golden Aviary, because I feel like that's probably a really important move. Can't do it with just the Falcon Dive on its own, so it's not really worth using because it's kind of a waste. So he's dropping the prairies on us. Whoa! That damage is massive. So yeah, we're going to move him forwards, take that out. Really important move because that's dropped their damage down a lot. So yeah, that was key, I think. Also, now we can strengthen up here a bit with another one of those. That will help us out a lot. We've gone the 5 forests now, so that covers everything that we're going to need really in that sense. We could kill him off and we'd still be alive. We've got the Beastmaster still, so if we deploy this another Silent Warrior actually, he'll get that same buff. None of the other guys really benefit from it, so yeah, thinking if we do that up here, puts us in a better position from the attack perspective. We can later deploy the Tiki Caretaker and buff one of these again, or even from a defensive perspective, so I mean if we need it. Yeah, we'll take out that guy. Allows us to survive. We could also take this guy out if he comes close next time, and it's not really cost us too much, so probably worth it. It's going in for the kill. That's not great. So yeah, we'll take him out. And then I'm thinking, so we can move. So what we got? 4 damage, 2 life. So if we take that guy out with this, we'll survive. Move him forwards. Then what we have? So we are. Oh, we can attack again. Okay, of course, because this guy was the one that did the attacking. Yeah, silly me. Bloom Sprite. So Bloom Sprite's not very powerful, but it does give us a card when it dies, which will be cheaper, which obviously is always really useful. They got nothing out here at the minute, but they do have this, which is slightly worrying. But unless they have haste, there's not a lot they can do. Don't want to waste too much of these points, to be honest. But if I deploy him, I can boost him. It puts us in a strong position. So I'm going to do that for now. and I will drop that down, because then we've got a good attack. We're in just a stronger position with that. Okay. See what card we get. The Village Elder. Not quite what we're after, but to be fair, what we can now do is boop ourselves over here, deploy the Village Elder, gives us bonus Faeria next time round, move this guy in there, boom, boom. We probably don't going to need it, but you know, strengthens our position a little bit. Yeah. There we go, game over. So he didn't really do anything there in the end. He's got loads of cards, got no points though, because he's, well, I don't, just kind of wasted them really. So there we go. So that was the last one of that mission pack. So yeah, whatever that means. So it's given us the yellow starter pack. There we go. Oh well, cool. So now we've got 2 new mission packs. So that gives us something to mix around with. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So as we've just kind of completed a section there, I think this is probably a good point to stop at. So I'm going to end this episode here. This is the start of our journey to strengthen our decks to be able to take out Masterless in the next round. And it's the start of our journey forwards in Faeria, to be fair. I mean, I enjoyed that, and I hope you guys did too. So yeah, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more Faeria and if you want to see more battles with Masterless, and also check out our other videos that are out there: Rocket League, The Long Dark, Ark. There's a few things on the go. We'll try and keep the videos coming out as regular as possible. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.